All right, guys, I'm back today with a very impressive first focal plane LPVO from Steiner. We are looking at the T6Xi with a very interesting reticle system that allows it to be used perfectly for CQB situations and then zoom in and get a detailed reticle system to take far out shots. What makes this rather unique is the fact that it integrates the first focal plane reticle so well for both close up and far away, the daytime brightness, glass clarity, as well as eye box and eye relief. We'll discuss all of those features in the full review, but this one is not cheap. It's definitely a high value compared to some other first focal plane optics I've seen, but it still comes in at a very high price. The MSRP is $19.54, so right at $2,000. Optics Planet has it on sale for $1,700, and they also have a coupon code 704TAC for 5% off. Now, the last time I tried it, the code said it was expired, but it gave you an alternate code for 8% off. Now, this is a tracking link, but if it doesn't work, guys, just use the best codes you find to save yourself the most money. And I want to give a huge shout out to Optics Planet for sending this over to the channel. They recently did some personnel changes, and I believe that's why my coupon code is expired. Working through a lot of that, but right now they're always going to give you a code when you head over to their website. I didn't want to wait on the review specifically for my 704 tactical code. Before we get too far into it, I do want to give a huge shout out to Callaway Ballistics for sponsoring the ammo to help make this video. These guys have a ton of ammo in stock: 9mm, 223, 300 blackout, even subsonic rounds, as well as subsonic 9mm that is incredibly clean burning and affordable priced. I also have the code 704 Tactical for free shipping on ammo orders over $200, so definitely check these guys out. Let's dig into this review because I love it. First focal plane LPVOs are very difficult to get correct in my opinion, and a lot of companies drop the ball. Especially when you're spending this much on a scope, it has to be perfect in my opinion, and this one does an absolutely amazing job at almost every single category, but again, you are paying for it. One of the first things I want to discuss are the very basic specs and features. It's a 1:6 first focal plane optic, meaning it's got a 1 power setting to be utilized as a red dot with both eyes open, and a 6 power zoom level so you can zoom all the way out to 6 power to take distance shots. This is a 30mm tube, so any 30mm mount will work. And this one comes with a KC1 reticle system, and that is what you're looking at here. And it also has a better representation as you see in the intro. What makes this unique is it is a first focal plane optic, so as you zoom in and out, the reticle gets larger and smaller. And what Steiner has done is pretty impressive with the ring. I've been asking companies and talking to companies forever to get something like this, and I had no idea Steiner made something until I was browsing the Optics Planet's website. I have no affiliation with Steiner. Again, OP just sent this out for me to try, but I love what they've done with this reticle system. Up close at the 1 power setting, you get a very wide field of view. It's a very red dot feel, and the reticle system is actually daytime bright, which is absolutely awesome. With that daytime bright reticle, you can use this as a red dot, have a large CQB ring for taking shots up close in and around the vehicle, in and around your house. It's just a good reticle system. But as you zoom in, that ring disappears and you're left with a finer reticle system for distance shots with a mil-based reticle system, allowing you to calculate bullet drop compensation and take shots at a distance. They've absolutely nailed the reticle, and one of the only reticles I've seen that does it that great. The turrets themselves also have a zero stop built into the top, and they're very easy to adjust. So a zero stop means is if you're cranking this up to take a distance shot and you forget how many times, or you just don't want to look up, you can actually slam this all the way back down and set the zero. The zero stop is very easy to set. The instruction manual explains it fine, but you just pull off the top, you kind of rotate it where you want it to do when you're setting and resetting that zero, and make sure the pin is on the reciprocating side. Again, best to look at the instructions, but it is one of the simplest zero stops I've seen. It also has an illumination knob on the side, and again, it gets incredibly bright down at the range, so you're not going to have to worry about that illumination. Some of the best illumination I've seen on a scope of this price. I've seen just a little bit better illumination on some of the Vortex optics, but you're talking about a $2,000 or $2,500 optic, so about $500 to $1,000 more. depending on which version you select. All of the turrets themselves are very solid. They don't have any wobble or play, and the detents in these guys are very tactile and audible, and it just feels and screams like a quality scope. It's got an adjustable diopter and a throw level included in the box, and everything is very nice. It's very smooth, and it interfaces well with a user, so no issues whatsoever. I also want to focus on the glass clarity, eye box, and eye relief because that's what also makes this stand apart from other optics. Again, when we are discussing price points like $2,000 or $1,500 optics, everything has to be perfect, and Steiner nailed it. The eye box and eye relief is pretty much how far away or close up you can be to the optic without the reticle or screen or lens system blacking out. So if you look left and right or move your head up or down, a lot of times, especially on cheaper scopes, that eye box is very small. So if you move left, the reticle disappears and you can't make your shot. On this one, especially at the 1 power setting, the eye relief and eye box is absolutely spectacular. You can go up, down, left, and right and still make out a good sight picture. One of the best I've seen, and again, I do expect that out of a $1,600 scope or $1,700 scope, depending on the sales going on and what code you use. The glass clarity is amazing. It works very well, and Steiner is known for their good quality glass, and this optic itself is made in the USA, so you know it's a good quality optic. A lot of guys are always asking me on this channel to review USA produced items, and then when I do and they realize they're over $1,500, they scream, "We can't afford that." But then they complain when I review foreign made optics that are more affordably priced. So it's kind of a give and take on the channel. I'm going to continue to review high value and budget items, but I'm also going to continue to review more mid-tier and top-tier items so you guys can understand the differences, the positives and negatives, and what your money gets you and what made in the USA gets you. In summary, I absolutely love this optic, and I think you will too. It's definitely worth the money if you have the money to spend. In my opinion, I've reviewed a lot of other cheaper optics that are going to do the job perfectly fine without any issues whatsoever. But if you got the extra money and you're only building up one 16-inch gun, this may be an absolutely great option if you're willing to fork over about $1,700. This one is actually sitting on a premium rifle, the Blackout Defense Quantum Mark II. They've done some amazing things with this rifle, and I have a full review as well as discount codes to save yourself some money. Probably one of the nicest rifles I own on the channel, so it was fitting that I threw the Steiner on top of the Blackout Defense. Get a lot of questions about this, and if you want more shots of this, again, you can follow me on Instagram where I have a lot of different videos, close-up shooting, as well as my 704 Gear YouTube page, which is a second page where I do a lot of gear reviews. I also have a Patreon where I'm doing daily deals over there. As little as $1 a month can get you signed up on my Patreon page to get you very specific Patreon deals that I can't necessarily list over here or other websites. It's a nice little $1 paywall that keeps the flaggers away and keeps all of the deals in one place that you can check out. Again, you can follow me on all those platforms, and a lot of that info will be in the description below. Also, my campsite page is a great aggregate site to find all of the information you ever need about my channel, all the deals you'll ever need to find, and a lot of other info over there. So definitely check out that campsite page. You won't be disappointed. Thanks for watching, and again, thanks to Optics Planet and Callaway Ballistics for always supporting the channel, and definitely check out the full review on this rifle. Have a good one.